Welcome to One Point Perspective with Ms. Sarnowski. You may have watched other One Point Perspective videos before, but I am here to make it a little bit easier. Let's get started. First, you can see that I drew my vanishing point in the middle of my paper, and then I drew my horizon line. Can we all say vanishing point? Good job. Can we all say horizon line? Good job. Now, your vanishing point needs to be on your horizon line, right? And then all of the lines for your shape are going to go towards this one vanishing point. That's it. First, I'm going to start by drawing just a square, nice and simple, right, on the edge of my paper. And then this is where it gets a little bit easier. I'm going to take my ruler, I'm going to line it up to one of the edges, and I'm going to draw all the way to my vanishing point. Again, I'm going to line it up to another point, draw it to my vanishing point, and a third time. Now, here is where I think my method is easier. There is another corner to the square, but if I drew that all the way through, it would make a line in my box, and I don't want that. I know I'm going to erase that eventually anyway, so I'm like, why would I bother drawing it? So any point that cuts through your shape, you don't have to draw. And then I'm going to match up my line for my square. Well, right now it's a square. And then I'm going to draw my other line to start to make it a cube. Notice that this is straight across and this is straight across. They're the same. That's actually called a parallel line, because if I kept going with this, they would never touch. Notice it's exactly the same. It's not like one is straight and then one is curved or zigzag or anything, right? It's just straight across. Then the next one, I find the edge of my square and I line it up to the edge of my box. Now I have a cube. You can choose if you would like to erase your lines now to the vanishing point or not, right? So now I can go in a little bit darker and you can see my three-dimensional cube. Same thing with a sphere. If I want to make like a sphere or a cylinder, I can make a circle. You have to kind of pretend where the edges are. I would say my edges are right here. And can I just draw a line like that? No, I need to use my ruler and line it up to my vanishing point. I'm going to continue with finding the other edge and lining it up to the vanishing point. Notice when I hold my ruler, it really holds the whole thing so that it doesn't wiggle around on me. And then if I wanted to leave it like this, I could, or I would mirror the curvy line I have for the circle like this down here, and it would become a cylinder. Right? Again, you can choose to then erase this part of it. And I got a cylinder floating in space. Let me try to do one below my horizon line. Right? If I have a rectangle, hi, you're going to help me with this. I'm going to take this point. Can I just draw it however I want to the vanishing point? No, you need to use your ruler to line it up so that it's exact. My next point I'm going to make is this one. I'm going to line it up to my vanishing point. Notice I keep going to the same one. It's not like I have two vanishing points. I just have one. I'm going to line up this corner to the vanishing point. And then once I get to this last corner, it would go through my shape, and I don't want that, right? So I'm just gonna skip that step and leave it. Last but not least, if I wanna make this a cube, I'm gonna identify the edge, and then I'm gonna draw the same directional line for the edge of my cube. I'm gonna identify the edge of my rectangle here, and I'm gonna draw it nice and straight across. Now, if you get it a little bit off, actually this isn't completely straight, it's going to start taking on different shapes. I'm going to show you a mistake one right before you get started. So first, a mistake could be you draw just your lines like that to the vanishing point. It could not be correct, so you always want to use your ruler. Another mistake one, if you did, right, if you did it with, let's use the ruler. If you made your lines using a ruler, but then you did curvy lines for the edges of your cube and then erased it, you don't come up with a real shape. Good luck today experimenting with your 1-point perspective.